Is Anthony Fauci gonna end up in jail after all? I think so. I think he might. I wouldn't have said that maybe, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, but I think that it might be the case that Anthony Fauci will do some jail time, and I'm going to tell you why I think that in 1 second. Guys, it is Thursday. Is it Thursday? Yeah, it is Thursday. It's Thursday, the 13th of February, 2025. It is now 12:15 a.m. here in Germany. This is the Insanity Report for today. And today we're going to talk about Fauci and some other of the, charges and things that are being done. Finally, we're starting to see accountability. On my video yesterday, I said we would probably see accountability, arrests, prosecutions here very shortly. And, it's already starting today. Pam Bondi came out and explained that they have filed charges against Letitia James and the governor of New York, Kathy Hochul. They've already done that in Illinois. Illinois has basically backed down. It looks like they did. Colorado backed down before it came to charges, and they're now charging Kathy Hochul, Letitia James in New York for sanctuary city, which is a violation of federal law. Fuck around and find out, right? So, look, Anthony Fauci, that's a touchy one, because pretty much everybody wants to see this dude fry. I'm amongst those people. I think the guy is an evil maniac. I think he really is. Now, if only for the test that he did on the Beagles. I think he's an evil fucker. And, if you read Robert Kennedy's book about him, it sure paints the picture of an evil fucker. And, most of that shit must be true. Otherwise, Bobby Kennedy would have been sued into non-existence by Anthony Fauci if Anthony Fauci had any grounds to sue, which he obviously doesn't or he would have, right? Now, I know that a lot of people want to see this guy go to prison, right? But we do have to keep in mind, what is the guy going to go to prison for, right? You can't put him in prison for telling everybody to wear a mask and not wear a mask and wear 2 fucking masks and whatever. The guy was he's a public health official, so he is also not really making policy. At least that's what he's going to hide behind. He's going to be saying, look, I was just an advisor. It was the lawmakers that put these things into place, so trying to waste time going after him for these COVID infractions, right? That's not where to look, in my opinion. Now, first, I thought, oh, the guy got pardoned, right? The guy got pardoned. So, and that's what the leftists are yelling about right now. They're like, oh my God, but Fauci was pardoned. He was pre-pardoned. Yeah, well, that's weird on its face right there. The pre-pardoning thing, it's only happened once before. There's big questions to whether or not it's legal. You know what I mean? Because how can you pardon somebody for a crime if you don't list the crime they committed? It can't just be you get pardoned, and if you committed a crime, you're pardoned. If you didn't, you're pardoned. It doesn't work like that. But regardless, right? He's not pardoned in states. He's only federally pardoned. The president cannot pardon a state crime, state charge, right? So there are states in America now, because stepping up to the plate, finally, the attorneys general, we see some movement, right? From the attorney generals in these states saying, hey, the DAs and shit, they're banding together. They're saying, look, we're going to start filing state charges against Fauci. That pardon didn't mean shit to us. And the people of our state were harmed by him. And for whatever reason, I don't know what they're going to come up with, right? Like I said, if they're going to go with, he pushed the fucking vaccine and he knew it was bullshit and he made everybody wear a mask and he told the president and the lawmakers that they should lock down the states and they did that. I don't think that's going to get very far, right? They're going to have to go after the contempt of Congress, for example. The fact that he continued shoveling money into gain-of-function research. They're going to have to investigate that and prove that he was doing that, which I think there already is quite a bit of proof. You know what I mean? Quite a bit of proof. And, the way, in my opinion, the way you would show show harm before, because I think I know where this might be going. I think that when the states try to charge Anthony Fauci, well, no, I don't know, maybe not. I don't think that actually matters. Yeah, so they're going to have to come up with some real evidence, and I think the evidence is there. I mean, just read Bobby Kennedy's book. You'll know where to find it, and you know where to look. Also, look at his emails. You know what I'm saying? Obviously. But I think the big crime that Anthony Fauci committed, right, the big one, the one that could count as a crime, is that there was a moratorium on gain-of-function research. Anthony Fauci was directly responsible and directly involved with continuing gain-of-function research in China at the Wuhan lab, which was ultimately responsible for releasing the COVID virus. I think that's the only thing that matters, right? Trying to go after him for mask wearing and lockdowns, and that's all drops in the bucket shit that will not be considered a crime by the courts, I don't think, because again, and he was also just an advisor. He didn't impose anything. The lawmakers, the governors, the presidents, they imposed it. Fauci just advised them that they should, right? And yes, he was on TV every day preaching a shit, but he's the public health guy. They need to hear from him. So look, that's how they're going to spin it. And I think the way to put this guy away forever is through the gain-of-function research angle, and I hope that's what they do. I hope they go after that. I think Anthony Fauci is directly responsible for unleashing the COVID virus onto the world, right? Directly, because he was funding it, even though he wasn't supposed to be. And even if Obama comes out and says, yeah, we put a moratorium on it, but, you know, we went wink, wink, nod, nod with Anthony. We said he could keep going in Wuhan, it'd be all right. You know what I'm saying? Even then, he was responsible for the COVID virus, right? And to the extent there was one, right? Because there's also big questions. I mean, some of my friends are saying that there wasn't even a COVID virus at all, that it was just all bullshit, which could also be. Because again, you know, people who got COVID basically got like a bad flu, you know? And I don't know, it could be anything. Either way, there was gain-of-function research going on in Wuhan. There's no denying that. And that was because Anthony Fauci allowed it to continue and funneled money into it. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like the case is. And there, you can definitely, I would say, I'm not a legal scholar, but I would say you'd be able to put this motherfucker away for a long time. Crimes against humanity, baby. You know what I mean? You fuck around and find out. I think that he is going to face some charges. I just hope that the states go at it in a meaningful way that's actually going to deliver. Because if they come up with stupid little charges that are going to end up flopping, then the trust in that Fauci really is a criminal is going to go down, right? And then the animation to get him put behind bars is also going to go down. Because people will be like, okay, well, actually he didn't do anything. They tried to charge him and nothing worked, right? Like, so it was bullshit. Look, I'm sure there are crimes to find about Anthony Fauci, right? So, hey, they just came out, the states just came out and said, I forgot which state it was specifically, but they just came out and said, look, we are investigating Fauci. Things are in the pipeline. And I'm quite sure that they'll find something, because up till now, all of these people, the Faucis, the fucking everybody, the Schiffs, the Democrats in general, everybody, they have all been being protected for decades. They have no reason, they've had no reason to assume that this gravy train was coming to an end. They had no reason, except for Trump winning, which they all did not believe would ever happen for some reason. I don't know, because they're totally dumb. They're totally captured by their ideology. They're deaf, dumb, and blind to reality in any way, shape, or form. And they have basically been given enough rope to hang themselves, and they've done it. Right? They've done it. And so Fauci probably didn't even really hide any shit. He might be now, you know what I'm saying, if he still can. I don't know how much access he has. But, Fauci and those people didn't ever think this day was going to come. As a matter of fact, I didn't think this day was ever going to come. I don't think you all thought this day was ever going to come. Again, we've never seen something like this in our whole lives before. It's bananas. Real accountability. We don't know what that shit looks like. We do not know what that looks like. Does that end up do people go to jail? Do they lose their jobs? Is it all of the above? Do they get financially ruined? What's accountability to look like for these people? We don't know, because it's never fucking happened before. Right? So, we're going to find out. We're going to find out what accountability looks like. But there will be some, and I think there's going to be some for Fauci too. Now, another thing about Fauci's pardon that people have to remember. First of all, if it's states charging him, the pardon doesn't count even if the pardon was lawful. It only counts federally. The second thing about a pardon is that you cannot plead the fifth after you've accepted a pardon, right? Now, there's questions whether or not you can deny a pardon, or do you have to accept it, or is it just given to you whether you accept it or not, or blah. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter. Because Fauci apparently accepted his pardon. And if you can't accept it, or if you cannot accept it, in order to say, well, I didn't commit any crime, so I don't need a fucking partner or a pardon, then I don't know if you can do that. I'm not sure. What I do know is that once you've been pardoned for something, you can no longer plead the fifth, right? When you're being questioned. So I would expect Congress, Rand Paul, all them, I would expect they haul Anthony Fauci's ass back into Congress, right? And then he has no Fifth Amendment rights and privileges anymore, so he can't plead the fifth. He can't not answer the questions, right? He has to answer the questions and get him in there and get him to fucking think out everybody else that was involved with all this shit and what their roles were, right? All of it. They know the questions to ask. I don't see why they're not doing this, but maybe it's coming, right? Maybe they're just waiting for RFK to be confirmed and then it's coming, right? I hope so, because that's another angle to go at Fauci at. Because then, okay, he maybe won't go to prison for any federal crimes, right? He maybe won't, you know what I'm saying? But he's going to give a whole lot of information on people that will. People that haven't been pardoned, but were part of this whole fucking clusterfuck, right? And he's going to have to do it. He's going to have to do it like on live TV. You're going to have him sitting there, and there's going to be no more fucking twisting the truth and lying about shit, because if he does that, then his ass goes to jail for contempt of Congress. Like Steve Bannon, right? Fauci has no executive privilege. Fauci has no privilege. So then you put his ass in, just like Steve Bannon, you put his ass in prison for 4 months, you get him out, you subpoena him again, and try again. Oh, he lied again? Okay, another 4 months. Well, at Fauci's age, that's not going to be very many times, and he's going to be dead. So I think that one way or another, this motherfucker's going to get his due, right? I think so. And I want to share that with everybody, because I know that a lot of people out there share my sentiment that this man needs to be, in some way, face consequences for his actions, right? It's because, you know, it's even important to me as living in Germany, right? Because we're not getting any COVID accountability at all. But if we start seeing it in America, people are going to start demanding it. If we see Fauci go to prison, people are going to look at our health ministers and go, wait a second. These motherfuckers have to answer for their shit, like Fauci, right? And it's going to put pressure on our governments to do what is right and to do what is necessary and investigate the COVID response by these countries, these governments, these health officials, these people, right? So it needs to be done. And I don't see that these people are fucking around, right? These people have been, the leash is off, right? And the gloves are off. These people are not playing. And the media and the Democrats and everybody can scream, oh, it's revenge by Trump, all they want. But that's going to be tough, because it's not really Trump doing it, is he? It's the people he hired to do their jobs, and they're doing their jobs. Pam Bondi doing her job. You know, because part of her job is, if states are obstructing the federal government by being sanctuary cities, that's breaking the law. Pam Bondi, you know, she's the AG. All right, so look, you're going to have to fucking comply, okay? That's really where it's going to be. And these people are not playing. And we're going to see they're not playing. You know, and I don't know if the Democrats and the leftists actually have the balls to try to call them on it, right? I don't think so, because up till now, everybody that's been threatened by anybody in the Trump administration for anything, whether it's Colombia or Mexico or Canada or fucking anybody, right? They have folded like a wet paper bag immediately if it looked like it was going to be bad for them. So Colorado's folded already. Illinois looks like it's folded already with the sanctuary cities bullshit. New York, probably the same. Letitia James didn't want to go to jail, right? Kathy Hochul didn't want to go to jail. I would love to see Kathy Hochul perp walked out of her fucking governor's office. Whoa! I would be eating popcorn and probably having a fucking an endorphin orgasm in my brain. Really, it would be great. I'd be so happy. It'd be great. It would be fucking great. Right? And we all want to see it. So these people, I don't know if they're really going to put them to the test and take it to the mat. I doubt it. I don't think they have that kind of backbone. So I think they're done. The Democrats and left are basically done. They're going to have to get in line. They're going to have to. I mean, even the judge that tried to stop the federal funding freeze, he's even backtracking on his shit. You know what I'm saying? Because like, ooh, impeachment? Oh, I don't know. These people aren't playing. I better fucking back this up a little bit now. All right? And there's already a judge on the list to get impeached. Another one that tried the same shit. So, look, I think they're fighting a losing battle by going against Pam Bondi, Kash Patel pretty soon, you know, Tulsi Gabbard, RFK, Trump, Elon. These people are alphas. They're all alphas. And the Democrats are betas at best. The left is soy boy betas at best. They do not have the spine for a real fight like this. They don't. They're going to try. They're going to yell and scream. They're going to cry. They're going to get on the internet. They're going to get on TikTok and all their social media. And they're going to whine about how children are now starving in the Congo and we can't have trans puppet shows anymore. Oh. And they're going to hope that people are sympathetic to their bullshit, which nobody really is because everybody's done with it. Everybody's like, nah, we don't care. Cry your eyes out. Fuck you. We don't care. Selena Gomez, keep balling. You know what I'm saying? I'll send you fucking video of the next illegal that gets deported. You can cry about that too. We're just gonna laugh at you. We bask in your tears. And that's the way it is. So, guys, let's hope we're gonna see some accountability for Anthony Fauci. There's already other people, like I said, in the pipeline to be charged, be prosecuted for other things. So we are starting to see the accountability train move in, and that is good news for everybody. If you want to get all of my content delivered directly to your email inbox, all you've got to do is go to my Substack, subscribe there for free or for $5 a month. It's all about logic.substack.com. You see it on the screen. That's where you got to go. That way you get my articles, all my videos, which you will not get anywhere else. So that is the place to be. That's the place to get all the content. We'll see you guys on tomorrow's Insanity Report. Have a good one. And, you know, enjoy this time. Really, enjoy this time. This is a masterful, awesome time in history for everybody because we're going through something that nobody in our generation, in our lifetimes, has ever witnessed before, and it is glorious to watch. It really is. It is fantastic. For Americans, it's a little bit less fantastic, only because of the fact that you have to see that your money has been pissed away and that your politicians have not been looking out for your interest at all for the last decades, that pretty much all of them are corrupt, that pretty much all of them are in bed with some sort of lobbyist bullshit, that pretty much all of them have been tending to their own needs, their own pockets, their own interests, and have been pissing on your heads and calling it rain for the last decades, right? That must be a little harsh to find out, but I think Americans are at the point like, okay, let's pull the Band-Aid off. We've been figuring something was going on, and now we want to see it all. And they're seeing it all. And I'm seeing it all. And we're seeing it all. It's fucking awesome. All right, guys. See you guys tomorrow. Next Insanity Report. Peace.